Set. 20. Pistol.
You tighten up. Let's go.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
Second and 10 at the 28-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10.
Hey, alert!
53's mine.
Hey, Delta.
53's mine.
I got it.
Mayfield to throw it. Over the middle, complete. It's Maxwell. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, in on the stop.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Point it right.
From just shy of midfield, Mayfield into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams, and the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. From the 34 now, here's first and 10.
We want it. Come to my work. Undercross. Ready?
The first carry now. This is Johnson. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a second and 3. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Mike 51.
Yeah, ready?
Check 26. Check.
Yeah, ready?
51's the Mike. 51's the Mike.
I got it.
From the 41, Darnold. He's going to find his tight end. That's Chris Herndon. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 10 yards is the pickup. Good enough for a Jet first down.
Go, set.
51. Let's go, defense.
Hey, ready? Six guys. Check 6 guys.
Check 50. Check 50.
Check Bravo.
52.
The first down carry here for Johnson. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Throwing on second and 14. Darnold got his man, Robbie Anderson. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
On first down, it's Johnson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13. That's his longest run of the first quarter. And, Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
And they got to the perimeter. So that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some complementary runs where he'll run it to the inside. But it appears that when they want the big yardage, they think they can get to the outside and make it happen.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Check, 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 check.
To throw is Darnold. Dumping it off for Johnson. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7.
Alpha.
51 to Mike. I'm scared. Hey, Mike, 52.
Here's Darnold. And that will be incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. Catanzaro's kick is good. And the Jets hit the board first. It's 3-0. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. To throw, Mayfield. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Now a first down run is sniffed out from the start as they'll drop him for a loss of 4. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's back.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And the return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
Hey, it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
51, Mike. Mike, 51. I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you. Mike,
after the interception, here's Darnold. That's taken in by Callaway. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball, because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation.
Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. Jannard Avery. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. The Jets with the football here to start the second quarter, as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. The Jets with the football here to start the second quarter, as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up.
Hey, exit.
Mike, 51. Mike, 51. Double dog. That's the way.
3rd and long, it's Darnold. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Mack Wilson. providing a little deja vu, back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. And he's able to get this up just shy of the 15. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. So still backed up, but the situation not as dire now. 1st and 10 at the 14. Now Mayfield. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Leonard Williams busting through to get him for a loss of 6. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. He'll be upended at the 18. That's a very helpful pickup of 9 after the play began at the 9.
Hey, alert 33. Hey, wahoo. Point it right, point it right, point it right.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. And an alley to run.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a 1st down.
Mayfield on 1st down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And he will take it across midfield and down to the 45.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
They'll run on 1st down. Johnson. And the running lane's non-existent in this 1st half as they'll stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Now Darnold. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down.
Motion, motion, motion. Reset, reset, reset. Mike 51, Mike 51.
We want this.
On 1st down, it's Darnold. Open man is Robbie Anderson. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. 23 yards on the play. They come up in an offset eye. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
They'll start with Hunt on the ground. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
53, Mike. Yeah, let's go. Run. 53 is the Mike. 53 is the Mike. Here we go, D. Here I come.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. On 2nd and 7, Mayfield, and an alley to run. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into his windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Oh, boy, I know you felt that one. I know you felt that one.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
To throw again on 2nd down, Mayfield. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there.
David Johnson on his way. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. David Johnson. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jets will extend their lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. This will be taken about the 12. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Browns' drive about to get started. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now.
Check 53. Get that quarterback and all come. Check 53.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already and another 1st and 10. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
They will come up on a 1st and 5 following the encroachment penalty.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike.
Mayfield down. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They go play action. Mayfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know, but all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one. Much more like lead.
Hey, watch that. Check. Hey, alert, 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 alert.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Hey, orbit. Done. Done.
Mayfield from the gun on third down. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. A first red zone opportunity for the Browns thus far. 1st and 10 right at the 20. On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mayfield to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
And when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. The kick by Joseph is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
The Jets take over 1st and 10.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
And the Jets set to receive this 3rd quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Baby, let's go. Let's go.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Hey, that's good. That's good. Hey, Mike 51. Hey, watch the leg. Go, Mike. That's it.
Here's Darnold. He's going to go for a big play downfield. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Alert!
Mayfield looks to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
20.
Mayfield keeps it himself, and they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Only a yard there on the keeper, but that's all he needed. First down.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
Get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
But I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I can hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
On first down, Hunt. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
A lot of people call it a toss, a probing play, to see what they can get against the defense, to see how they adjust and react. Their probing's working pretty well. That was a very nice run.
On 2nd and a couple, Mayfield flushed out right, and he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. Baker Mayfield hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point splits the uprights, and we are even at 10 apiece. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They had the interception on the last drive, which led to the tying touchdown. So 10-10 the score as they begin 1st and 10. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Darnold. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for. And that'll make it 3rd down. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
I would dare say that these guys would have liked to have given their defense a little bit more rest since they gave up a touchdown their last time out. But alas, my man, that's not going to happen.
Yep, they're going to have to grab those helmets, get right back out there.
It's been a struggle all game for them on offense. This was a chance to maybe provide a little bit of a spark with a punt return. Unfortunately, that spark got doused.
Yeah, and you call special teams the 3rd phase, but you see here it can be the 1st phase sometimes.
That is so true, right? It can ignite it one way or the other, and boy, that didn't help them at all.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Mayfield now 8 of 15 through the air, but it's 1st and 10 here. Mayfield leaves it for Hunt on the draw. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Jets' 48-yard line.
Point it right.
On 2nd and 11 now. Mayfield. This is the tight end, Njoku. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 34-yard line.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4 at the 27-yard line.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
Strip that ball.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this 3rd down. They'll try to run for the 1st down with Hunt. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you try to have a few men in the box there.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Kareem Hunt, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Browns have taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes it a 17-10 score. Joseph now to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Throwing on 2nd down, Darnold. And he's got this one complete to Callaway. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
A gain of 8 yards, and it's 3rd down.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Now whistles come in before the snap. Looked like one of the Jets may have moved. Well, that's a tough, costly penalty because now it makes it 3rd and 6 after the false start. Now it's Darnold. He's got Herndon, his tight end. We have played 3 quarters, and that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. One score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Hey, box truck, box truck.
They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. Found his target. It's Anderson. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
On 1st down, Darnold. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. And finally brought down at the 38. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet 1st down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Now a run on 1st down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3.
Hey, Charlie! Hey, let's go. Hey, watch the screen! Watch the screen!
Now on 2nd and 13. Darnold. Herndon's got it complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. The Jets on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Hey! I 7!
To throw is Darnold. Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets 1st downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those 1st downs, keep possession of the football.
And give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping.
Regular. Hurry.
What's the motion?
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Here we go.
Hey, alert! Bang! Real.
On 2nd and 12, Mayfield got his man complete over the middle. That's Hudson. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. On 3rd down, here's Hunt. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches. Freddie Kitchens going to push the envelope. His guys will go on 4th down. They run forward with Hunt. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed, he did not. They stop him. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 46.
General West. Check safety. Hey, you.
Darnold from the gun. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Guys, game situation. Let's go. Mike, check. 59.
Darnold. He's going to let it fly. And he can't corral it. That would have wrapped it up if he'd been able to hold on. Instead, it brings up 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the first down. That's what's vital to them.
Check 59. Mike is 59.
They'll look to throw. Open man is Anderson. It's a gain of 26 as they pick up the first down in the process. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. That's taken in by Callaway. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. Well, I guess at the very least, they got the tackle from keeping him out of the end zone.
Yeah, you're looking for that silver lining, aren't you? But guess what? Everything changes now after that big play. They've got a chance to strike.
They'll run it with Johnson. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
A very important extra point there, up and good. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. It's in the 4th quarter down in Miami. And it's the Dolphins that wound up winning that one. And if they could hold on to that lead, it would be win number 4 on the season for them. The Browns drive about to get started. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play, but if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
Switch. Go. Let's go.
Mayfield to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result?
Sack.
Quarterback gets hit.
Mayfield and this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack. Mayfield. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. The Browns send out their punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And no return on this one as that kicks out of bounds, so they'll start just outside of their own 30-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
Line of scrimmage, the 31, as they line up 2nd and 10.
You go tight. You got tight, lady. You got tight right there. Hey, I need one over here. I need one over here. Hey, lady.
Now Darnold. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
Intended for Antonio Callaway. Incomplete. It's 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. Here's Lachlan Edwards now. He's been terrific so far. He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
And just a couple of scenarios here to keep in mind. One, if you want to be really aggressive, you do throw the Hail Mary and see if you can get something downfield.
What would you do?
What I would do is either hand it off inside, or more likely I take a knee and let the clock run out. Because if I'm back there trying to throw and a sack happens, the ball comes free, I can lose the game here. If I get to overtime, I can still win it.
Let's see if they are in line with Charles Davis. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go. At their own 22-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
As we said, they control their own destiny now. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now they try the right side here. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. On 2nd and 9, Mayfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Quinnen Williams able to drop him for a loss of 4 from his defensive tackle spot. Mayfield in this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack.
Hey, Alpha. 57. I'm coming for you. You got
3rd and long for Mayfield. And the pressure gets to him again. Ja'Kai Polite. He's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Crowder now to return. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10.
At their own 40-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Now part 1 is done, now part 2.
Go, go. 51 for Mike, boys, 51. Check pass, check pass.
Darnold, his first throw in overtime. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hodges. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
We're going to sign it. Mike 51, Mike 51. Ready? Mike, sweetheart. Check nickel, nickel, nickel. Check crunch, crunch, crunch. Check 3, check lady. Check 3.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Johnson. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
I'm coming up to you. I'm coming up to you. Check. Check out, lady. Check out, check out. You 2 jet bombers. You 2 jet bombers.
Going to run the jet sweep. Callaway with it. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. So we will see yet another drive in this overtime.
For whatever reason, neither team able to finish this game off. I know that the first thought is, does anyone really want to win it? But I think that they both desperately want to win it, and sometimes you force things, and that leads to errors.
Well, it's out there for the taking. We'll see who can do it.
Hey, wahoo! Pistol, pistol, pistol. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Watch out.
Following the interception, Mayfield. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that time almost intercepted. That would have changed things here in overtime, but instead 2nd down. Another nice job there defensively. They've really stymied their passing attempts, and it continues in overtime.
And for them to do that, that means they've had to be cohesive on defense. Pressure in the quarterback's face, good coverage of not just the wide receivers, but the tight end, the running backs when they try and slip out, and making sure they're at the point of attack. When the ball's in the air, they get there and help force some of those incompletions.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 11.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Hey, alert, 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 alert.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. He may try and run for this. Now Mayfield lost the football, and it's scooped up by the Jets. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. And a costly, costly mistake. Coaches talk so much about ball security. And in overtime, so paramount.
Partner, do you ever wonder if maybe they talk about it too much?
Too much, yeah.
Doesn't seem like you can, but maybe by discussing it time and time again, and you know they overemphasized it here, that it almost became self-fulfilling.
And any points beat them here. Field goal or a touchdown now. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Hey, let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Young lady. Tight door, tight door, tight door.
So following the fumble recovery, here's Darnold. Screen play, Johnson. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's 2nd down. Well, right now, every little bit of yardage helps. So they're obviously well within his range. It's just about keeping the football and getting in the right spot.
Know your kicker. Get, as you mentioned, get it to the right spot, the place that he wants to kick it from. And if you do decide to throw the football, it either goes to your team or no one. It's the only kind of throw you make.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. The free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle.
Now the timeout comes here in the waning seconds of this overtime as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. So now it all comes down to Chandler Catanzaro. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. We were just treated to an absolute damage.